Hello and welcome to the Introduction to Web Design 1 VTM brought to you by 3D Buzz. My name is Zach Parrish and I'll be hosting along with my friend Mr. Rob Fuller.
Hello.
How's it going? Rob is our professional web design guru master, and he has come in to show us all sorts of awesome web design tricks as we take you from zero to full finished interactive websites.
Start to finish.
So yeah, we got some great things coming up for you. Now, before we do anything, there is a brief introduction, some stuff I want to talk about with you, just so we get everything kind of laid out on the table before we get going. So for starters, who is this VTM for? Really, anybody that wants to know more or know anything at all about web design in general. If you've wanted to make a website and you don't know where to begin, or maybe you know a little bit, you know enough to get by, but you'd like to maybe get a few more skills going in Photoshop or GoLive or just web design in general.
Right.
So it's for a wide range of people. What this VTM is and what it is not. This VTM is a demonstration of creating a site from start to finish. I can't emphasize that enough because we begin this whole process with scant more than a company name and a few images.
Right.
We're going to show you the entire process of concept. We're going to show you the brainstorming to come up with our site, all sketching to develop it on paper. We're actually going to spend quite a bit of time away from the computer. Well, I mean, you're going to be on the computer because you're watching these videos. But as far as the design process is concerned, we're not going to really be touching a computer, technically speaking, for quite a while. We're going to jot down some ideas. We're going to sketch out some layouts. We're going to pass the ideas around to people. We're going to talk about them just to kind of get you involved into the process of creating a website. We're going to show you all sorts of resources you can access on the internet to make the creation of a website as painless as humanly possible. Now, what this VTM is not. This VTM is not a definitive resource on Photoshop. It is not going to make you a Photoshop master. It is not going to make you a GoLive master. This is a very strong introduction to Adobe GoLive CS2. It's going to assume a little bit of knowledge with Adobe Photoshop 2, but don't worry. Even if you've never touched Photoshop before in your life, you're going to be able to follow along just fine. Now, of course, any sort of experience in Photoshop in the past is going to be a bonus for you, but not required. You're going to be, we're going to basically hold your hand all the way through. Mm-hmm. This VTM is also not a definitive guide. It's not going to be the solid answer to the mysteries of HTML coding. You're going to be working in a WYSIWYG editor, meaning what you see is what you get. As you create a page physically inside of GoLive, the code is going to be all but completely written for you. We will see code. We will talk about HTML, the hypertext markup language, how you can use it in conjunction with GoLive to edit the occasional flag and make GoLive really sing and dance. But we will not be spending a great deal of time harping on the use of HTML. That's really not why we're here. So just make sure we kind of get that out in the open. Also, just kind of a side note, this VTM is an introduction to web design. It is not intended to make you into a professional web designer. There are people who go to school for years. In fact, Rob here went to school for years, got a degree in this kind of thing. So this video is not a degree source all in one disc. So just so as long as we're aware of that. Now, what tools will we be using? Well, we won't be using PowerPoint, which is what you're viewing this little intro on, so no worries there. We're going to be using Adobe Photoshop CS2. We're also going to be using Adobe GoLive CS2. We'll be using web browsers, primarily Firefox by Mozilla. And really, that's about it. Most of our other tools will be our brain, the internet itself. We're going to be using pen and paper a lot. So try to have all of these things handy. Now, the included web account. Well, actually, before we talk about the included web account, let's talk about other included things along with this. I mentioned a second ago that we would be using Adobe Photoshop CS2 as well as Adobe GoLive CS2. So while we're on the subject of included items, you should know that the free 30-day tryout versions of Adobe Photoshop CS2 and GoLive CS2 have been included with these videos.
Cool.
So there is no need whatsoever for you to go out and spend a whole bunch of money on software at the moment. You can go ahead and learn and then decide, well, you know, if you're ready to take the plunge and go ahead and get the software.
Right.
Also included with these videos is your very own space on the web supplied by 3D Buzz. This web account, now you've already been given access to this account by the login, username, and password that was supplied with these videos. This account gives you 100 megabytes of storage on the internet, along with 2.5 gigabytes of transfer per month. It includes FTP access and your own email address.
Nice.
And we've got some other additions to the account lined up in the future. It does have it has PHP and MySQL, and we'll be talking about those in a later VTM, not this VTM. But the account is all set up for that sort of thing. So a great resource. Now, you can use this account to follow along with us or to publish your own site. It is primarily for personal educational use only. Please do not turn it into a major site for downloading videos. Please mind the type of content you have on it, that sort of thing. We are supplying it mostly as a free learning resource for you. In all honesty, if you're serious about getting into the website thing, like maybe you have a business and you want to have, mybusinessname.com, you're probably going to want to find a commercial web hosting company with which to get set up.
This is your playground.
This is your playground. This is your sandbox. And it is a great resource, so please make use of it. And we're going to be showing you in the videos how you can access it through GoLive. So as you're in Adobe GoLive creating your page, you'll be able to upload right to your site with just a couple of clicks of your mouse. So let's see, what else do we have to talk about? Copyright info. Now, this is, of course, is very important. This video you are watching is copyrighted by 3D Buzz, so please do not redistribute it. Also, in the video, we are going to be using imagery supplied to us that we have picked up from by iStockPhoto.com. We're going to show you a lot of internet resources for picking up stock photography, including things like Comstock, iStock, several other places. We picked up these images from iStock Photo. Big thank you to them. Excuse me. We paid for these. You are free to use them for educational purposes on your end. Please do not republish them. You're more than welcome to follow along with us if you want to create the exact same page we are. That won't be a problem, but you have no right to the imagery itself. Just want to make sure that that gets out there and is very clear. Now, also, I guess that's it. So let's go ahead and get started. That totally wraps this up, and a lot of exciting stuff ahead of us. So get your thinking caps on. We are going to go through the entire process of website creation, starting with absolutely nothing. I'm really excited about where this is going to go.
Me too.
So let's get going.
All right.